Okay, I'm taking you through some of the early resources here in Our Naturel that makes it different from vanilla Minecraft. We've replaced wood as a tool source with the help of the flint instead of wood mod. Now it is highly likely that you will be seeking out gravel in order to harvest flint as your first items. Gravel usually spawns around, well, technically under oceans, but that's probably too deep for you to practically harvest. Sometimes on seasides, on riverbanks, sometimes in the basis, in the ground of rivers, beside ponds, and usually in some caves and holes and things like that. So that's generally where you'll find it. Generally, you're advised, I think, to dig away at the gravel until you get one piece of flint, and then you want to craft yourself up a gravel spade. Now, I've done most of this and prepared things earlier, so rather than doing all that and risking those random drops, I'm going to pop over here, open up this very convenient source of resources, and talk about the flint. Now, once you get one flint, almost certainly the first thing you want to be crafting is the flint spade. And the reason for that is that it increases the drop rate of flint from the rest of the gravel. I'm pretty sure that all of the flint tools are in fact craftable without a crafting table. So, knife, switch over to spade, this little button in Our Naturel, if you've got more than one possible thing to be crafted from the same recipe, and switch between them. Flint spade is generally going to be one because it, first of all, it's a nice spade. Second of all, it increases the drop rate of flint from gravel, which is what you want early because you want to start digging up all of those tools. Approximately 25% chance of pulling out a flint piece with the spade enabled. Now, aside from that, you've I mean, you can make a choice not to do that as your first thing as well. You need a stick to craft the handle, which you can get from leaves and other assorted places. You've got a whole range of tools there. The basic tools, more or less craftable again without a crafting table and just with flint pieces. Bow, flint knife with the flint tool head, spade which we just made, and flint pick, which is your, I guess, passport into stone and copper. As well, but you can, yes, craft up some rudimentary weapons with just stick and flint. The flint tool head, I'll just show you now. Yep. You can craft up like so, just increased minor cost there. And once you've got, I think it's 2 of them, and a stick, you can then get access to the flint pick, which lets you mine stone, which you can't do until you have it. So depending on how much resources you have, at some stage you need to go to the flint pick to try to move into the world of stone and copper. They're pretty basic tools, you know, but better than going around naked with nothing. It'll let you chop wood and harvest wood, so you can start building shelters and things like that. It can even help you farm if you are unable to find any other resources. So that's flint in a nutshell. Flint is, yes, the new sort of starter resource in Our Naturel. You need it to unlock, in practice, wood and stone, and obviously through stone, copper as well. Now, unlike vanilla Minecraft, there's actually a hell of a lot of uses for copper in Our Naturel. Once you sort of hoe it out of the ground, I don't know if you need a stone pick. You probably do, but, you know, test it for yourselves. You'll get the raw copper pieces. You can hop over and start refining it in your furnace, turning it into those copper ingots. I won't go through the details of all of the things you can craft with copper now because there's an awful lot, but it's not such a useless resource in Our Naturel. I will give you a quick preview and just talk about some of the key ones. Let's just turn that rain off. So, clear. Some of the... where are we here? Some of the notable differences and new recipes that we've got for copper. Not really very interesting there. There's lots of other objects, but I think the key ones, aside from a whole range of tools and weapons and armor that you can now craft, you'll note that copper has replaced iron in the crafting of the rail, and you also get twice as many rail pieces for uses of it. So I think that's quite a boon for the use of copper and for the use of rail, to be honest. Yeah, copper armor, copper things, copper upgrades, copper other stuff, copper blah blah blah, copper, you know, everywhere. Instead of, well, I won't say instead of, in addition to most of the other recipes. So yeah, yes, we do have some new weapons in our naturel. I'm not going to go into them. You can discover them for yourselves. Yeah, copper has many uses. Yeah, so it's not half as useless as it once was. It can be a very good starting resource, and honestly continues to be a good resource. Yeah, so that's it. Flint and copper. They're your sort of like two new different resources that differ from base Minecraft. Hunt out flint first. You're not going to be able to practically unlock wood or stone until you do, and from wood and stone you can then start to move on to the copper. Yeah, that's a lovely evening here, and thank you very much for watching.